Alright, gnomies, we got a stove to put back together. Welcome back to the gnomestead. Let's build something. We're out here in the garage and we got a stove we got to put back together. So let's see what's going on. We left it here a while ago. And looks like everything's still moving fine. Our main part of the stove. See all our parts painted. Sitting out here. Parts. So let me get things organized, make sure I got everything. We'll start putting this thing back together. Alright, gnomies, I think I got everything. I was missing some parts, but I went ahead over to the hardware store and I picked all that stuff up. They were missing from when we picked it up, so I didn't lose them. They were already missing. So, let's talk for a second about how this little stove works. Basically, you got your door on here. You can load your wood. It's also got a secondary feed over here for longer pieces, so you got a second door over here. Anyway, how this thing works is it draws air in. Air has oxygen in it. Wood's in there, and it burns. When it burns, it makes wood gas, which are combustible, flammable gases that come off of wood. Instead of letting those flamboyant combustible gases head straight out the chimney, what this thing does is it brings in air from back here. Underneath here, there's a 3-inch hole that lets in the air. And it brings it in this chamber, and this, you can see it or not, but there's some hollow areas back in here. And basically when it comes in, it either comes up and goes to the front and in here, which has an adjustable lever here for letting air in as much as you want. And the rest of it comes up here to these little tubes right here. And when the wood gas comes up to the top of the stove, instead of going out the chimney hole, which is right there, oxygen's added. And it burns it a second time, which makes it a lot more efficient and a lot less pollutants going up into the atmosphere, which is good. That's basically how it works. Fairly simple. It's a technology that's been around for quite a while. Not quite as efficient as your catalytic converter types, but a lot more economical. And because those catalytic converter filters that go in those newer stoves, man, they are expensive. That's a fact. Anyway, alright, that's basically how it works. What we're going to do now is all these doors. This is the ash door, this is the side door, that's the front door, this is the top. They all take gaskets. And the size gasket they call for is 3/8 rope type gasket for 99% of it. It's a little bit different for holding the glass in, but we got pieces of door for that. So I'm going to get the tripod set up. We'll get these flipped over. And get these gaskets installed. That's next thing's next. Okay guys, first thing we're going to tackle is the top here. These are 2 separate pieces. So they separate. This one gets a gasket in there, and we'll flip this over. Put some cardboard down here because I don't want to scratch the new paint job we put on it. This thing's pretty heavy. Oh, we forgot to take this old gasket out, so let's go ahead and do that first. The stuff held up pretty good. Oh, heater's about to kick on. Stand by. Alright, we got all that out of there. Let me get the vacuum cleaner. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Now let's open up a package of our gasket material here. There we we go. And we also have here some gasket adhesive. What that does is that holds it in there nice and secure. It's not quite as critical for this because this is a top that gets bolted on and it doesn't get moved. But when you put these on your doors that open and close quite regularly, this is pretty important. Alright, this is a clear material. Just want to put a nice even bead all the way around here. Like I said, this part isn't as critical because it's a fixed piece. But it doesn't hurt. We got it. Might as well use it. And basically all you do is you find yourself a starting point. And you just put this stuff in here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And what the adhesive does is it holds it in place until you can get the top on. Basically. There we go. I'll trim that off. That part's done. Alright, now before we get too carried away here, we got a couple things we got to put in here before we put the top on. The first one's this piece of insulated ceramic. It goes in there just like that. I think it goes around the other way. Let me flip it around. It doesn't. It fits better the other way. Look. There we go. Then on top of that goes this piece of insulation. Just like that. Now we can put the top on after we clean up our mess. Alright guys, to put this top on, it's pretty simple. You got a bolt here with a washer, a bolt here with a washer, a bolt there with a washer. They correspond with that tabby do there, that tabby do there, and that tabby do there. Now one of these bolts is missing when we've got the stove. I got replacement. So I went ahead and put these in with the washers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in and I'll slide those in first. And then I can tighten them in the front. And then we'll reach in through here and put the third one in after we get done. Alright, we got those bolts in. This thing's kind of heavy. Let's flip it over. Hopefully our gasket glue held. Put this in here. Just like that. Just like that. There we go. Make sure that's in the slot. There we go. That feels a lot better. Cool. Alright. Now, you gotta get this one there from under here. Which shouldn't be too difficult. Once you find the hole. Find the hole. There we go. Oh, maybe. Alright, stand by. Alright guys, we got them screws in. Got a ratchet here, the flexible end, 10mm socket. Gonna reach in through the front here. Get it on our bolts. Tighten her down. There's a one! Now I know why they made this top come up. Alright, from the front. Take our flexible dealio off. Oh, I want to put that on there because I might forget it. Tighten down our last one. There we go. Nice and secure. Now I wouldn't lift the stove by that, but it's on there secure and it's nice and sealed. Alright guys, before I get too carried away, we got some knobby jobbies here. We got 2 button knobs and 1 longer one for the doors. You know, if we just got done repainting this thing and making it all nice and pretty, we might as well do the same thing to this. So to get this going, I want to sand these down. I'm going to put some polyurethane on, but I want them to dry before I put this back together, so that's why I'm taking a step back, taking care of these. And how are we going to do that? Well, I got the first one on the drill here, in the chuck. It's a little wobbly, but it'll work. And I got a sander. So, let's get this plugged in, and get it done. Alright, see if it's gonna work. Oh yeah! That's coming along. That's gonna work pretty good. Alright, get these done. Alright, that didn't turn out too bad. It's still a little stained. We'll see once we get the top coat on there how it looks. I think it's gonna be fine. Now, we gotta do the round knobby jobbies. There we go. Not too shabby. Alright, we got some of this white bond poly clear gloss urethane stuff. We got a brand new cleaning paper towel. We got a child-proof top. There. There we go. Gonna get some urethane on there. Look at that. That's all you gotta do. Ain't that party? Times 3. Alright, there's your first coat on there. We'll probably do about 2 or 3. But we're gonna let this dry and get back to putting the stove back together. And we'll come in here, put another coat on, go back to work on the stove, put another, you know how it works. Anyway, let's quit talking about it. Alright homies, we got our next gasket on, and this one takes a little bit longer screws. Got these little tabby doos swing over, and they're going to hook under here. So we should be able to get this one on fairly snug, tighten it up from inside this way, and then the other one from the front. Alright guys, let's see if we can get this in here without scratching it. We put all this work into it. Make sure our clippy doos are facing backwards. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Oh. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Alright, maybe if I reach in this way. I don't want to just drop it in there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Not too shabby. Now this is going to be the fun part. Just tightening that up and keeping that tab in the right direction. While not being able to see. Seems like that screw's too long. Alright, let me pull it out. We'll get back to you. Alright guys, we got the right size bolts in there. I got the front one tightened up. I'm going to pull our old flexible glue off in here. And see if I can get to this one in the back. Oh, it's going to be tricky. Oh, where's that? Oh, it's way in there. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Tighten it up by hand first. Now I can see why they didn't put that one back in. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? We'll put it at a time. It's tightening. There we go. That's a peppered boy. Got it. Ta-da! Next thing's next. Let's work on the doors. Alright guys, let's work on our front door here. Gets a piece of glass, so it gets a gasket around here. And it's got some little clippy doos that hold the glass in. And also gets a gasket around here to seal it up against the stove. So let's get to it. We're going to do the door glass first. You don't need very much of this stuff. You don't want it oozing out all over the place. Now to cut this stuff to length, I'm just using a pair of wire cutters. Works good. And here we go. We actually got a brand new piece of glass because we took this thing apart and it was sitting out here in the garage and it got broke. So unfortunately, we had to order another one. Wasn't too big a deal. Local glass shop. We gave them the door. They made a template. And yeah. Then they treat it for fire rating. You can't just throw any piece of glass in here. Alright. See if I can do this without getting too many fingerprints on it. Take that off. There we go. It's in. Let's get our clippy doos. Now these clips have also a little piece of gasket on it. That's in pretty good shape, so we're just going to reuse it. But we do got to make sure we're using the right screws. That goes on there. Screw goes in there. Let me get a screwdriver. There we go. Not too tight at first. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them going. 4. Alright, now that I got all these in, I'm going to cinch these down. Not too tight because you don't want to break your glass. Just a snug. Make sure the glass is in there secure. Good to go. Now, the last door gasket. Good to go. Alright, Nomies, the last door we got to do is the side door. It only gets one gasket around it, but it also gets this plate that goes on here that keeps that door from getting too hot. So, first of all, real quick, let's put that gasket around there, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. There we go. Now this one right here not only gets that metal plate, which we're gonna take that screw out and put in, it also gets this right here, which goes right there, and then that goes right there, and that goes back in there, just like that. Just like just like that. Just snug. This stuff is cast, so it's not the greatest for holding on to threads, so you don't want to go super tight. Alright, one more door to go. And that is the ash door. You know how it's done. Alright guys, hopefully you can see this okay. I'll try anyway. So basically this lever right here operates that vent right there. Let's let your main air into the fire. Just like that. And to keep stuff from going down in there, you got this little plate right here. It goes on right there. A couple of bolts. Alright guys, we got that all in there and secure. It does get these grates right here in the bottom, which go underneath. There's a pan that goes in here, and that ash door goes on top of there. And then we still got to put the door on the side. Well, we're not going to do that yet because we got to move this thing. And every little bit, well, we got to move it out to the front of the garage. And then, alright, let me go over there and show you. Alright, basically, we got to get this out to the front of the garage. We got cords in the way, hoses in the way, and a mess in the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to jack it up on a floor jack, wheel it over to the door, pull up with the tractor, lift it up off the floor jack, set it outside, and do our first burn. Because we want to burn all the paint, residue, and stuff off of it before we take it into the house. Alright, there we go. Clean up, everybody, everywhere, clean up, I'm cleaning up. Yeah, whatever. How's the song go? Let's just do it.
I've been searching too hard for my soul. Like it matters which words lead us home.
Alright guys, that should be good enough for getting it up to the door. And we'll just open up the door and yeah, lift it up, take it outside, burn it. Oh, we gotta get the tractor and move some snow. Alright guys, Brandon's got the tractor over there warming up. I gotta get the van out of the way. We gotta clear this area so we can get the door open. Alright, we got our path. Kinda, sorta. And the game plan.
Dave, how did we get it on the deck before?
We had to lift it up.
Oh.
Although I didn't get it in here.
Did I get it in here?
You must have. Because it was in here when I got here.
Is this top secured down?
Oh, I would not lift from that. Mainly because there's only 3 screws that hold it on, and that's a lot of weight. And they're screwed into cast iron.
True. So, you can push.
Sorry, me hitting the ass. There you go. Put me on it now.
That bottom bit's not gonna fucking shatter, right?
Good.
I feel like this is how I got it in here.
I wasn't here, well, I don't know.
Okay, do you want...
Alright, I will balance. Hold on a second, let me get the camera.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll balance. Voila! Oh.
Oh, we need straps. Then we gotta get straps up.
There we go. We got her to the door. Tractor's out there. It's 1 degree, so it's got to warm up.
It's cold.
All right, get some straps and get this thing moving.
And we'll go. So come on, show me home and we'll go. You taste like wine. Yeah, you taste like wine. You taste like wine. I think that is
All right, we got the stove over here by the door. We're gonna open up the door, let the cold in. You got straps?
Right outside the door.
Right outside the door.
Feel my heating bill going up as I pull this up.
Turn the heater down. I didn't turn it off.
It's fire season again, and the ash in the air is my eyes stinging, and I can hear the winter slowly awakening. The mountains are my only goal, so I can shed my skin and be made whole. In the crisp air and the red clay will be my salvation. Well, your absence sets in with the early frost, and the things that I've loved are the things I've lost. The wheat from the chaff, the sheep from the goats. This year I am becoming my own home. This year I am becoming my own. Already leaving. I guess you got swept in their migration, and now every nest I come across looks abandoned. Pacing every inch of this room, looking for one spot without memories of you, but the blisters turn to callous if I'll just keep walking.
Alright guys, we got it outside. Safe enough distance from the house. We're going to put the front door on, the side door on, and the ash door on, and get a fire going in it. We'll get back to you. Alright, we got our doors back on. Now we're going to light a fire. Because we want to burn all the residue off from the paint that might be on there before we take it into the house. What's that?
Enough to get it started.
Let's see. That looks like it worked. Torch is right there behind you, too.
Alright. Preparing the fire.
Now before we close this glass, we want to hit this with a paper towel. Make sure there's no fingerprints on it.
Okay. So we got a paper towel out here?
Oh yeah, we got over on the toolbox. Is that open or closed?
That's open.
Okay. There we go. First fire. And it's working. Now, do not use this type of pipe in your house. This is just temporary for us. Get a fire going, like I said, to burn off the nasties. Paper towels. There it is. Now we open up the bottom door temporarily to get this thing going, get more air in there, but you never want to run the stove with that bottom ash door open because it will add too much air and it'll get way too hot. There you go. We're going to get a good toasty fire going in here and let it go for about an hour. Or until we run out of wood. Whichever comes first.
Almost that life, the story told. Foraging through the forest deep, nature's secrets.
Hi, Nomies, it's the next morning. We're back. Brandon stoked that fire up last night and burned this off pretty good. So now, we got the tractor, we got a Brandon, and we got a Nomi, and we got an installer coming. So we got to get this over to the house. Well, normally nomenclatures, I sure hope you're enjoying this little series on how to take apart and redo and rebuild a Jøtul wood stove. We're having fun making it, and we got one more ahead. So, don't miss out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Smash that like, and if you care, please share. Until next time.